If you play video games at all, you have likely heard of a website called twitch.tv where people can stream themselves playing video games, making music, doing art, or anything else a human might possibly do. The fucking sleeping Twitch is the best. God damn, you make fucking money taking a nap? Sign me up. But if you browse the games by viewers high to low, you will notice that about half of the top 15 games are 5 years old or older. Is there any reason for this? Is there something more appealing about older games from 5 or 10 years ago that we just aren't finding in games today? I've been gaming my whole entire life, and in the gaming community I would definitely fit into the senior citizen category.
Get out of my office!
Fuck, if Nintendo was a person, we would have gone to high school together. I still remember the day that sexy little gray box found its way into my living room. Sit on my face! Damn, I love that thing. So whether this phenomenon is new or not, I don't know. But I'm pretty sure I know exactly why it happens, and if it will ever change or not. Basically, it comes down to a couple things. The power of modders and the communities around them, the expense and risk of buying new hardware, and the time and the annoyance of learning a new game. Okay, so this all started when one of my buddies introduced me to Twitch a couple months ago. Yeah, shut up, I know, I call myself a gamer, but give me a break. I'm old, son. So I started browsing Twitch thinking, this is probably the best site to use as a judge of which games are getting the most attention worldwide right now. If anyone knows of a better site, please let me know in the comments below. So I sorted the games by high to low viewers and noticed that about half the popular games are more than 5 years old, like I said before. I kept catching myself saying, damn man, that many people still watch GTA 5? Or, I can't believe that many people would watch World of Warcraft still. These were the examples on the day I checked, and every time I check back, these are still at the top. Usually within the top 20 or so. They may just be in different spots. Just for some perspective, here's a couple of the release dates I checked out. Grand Theft Auto 5, released in 2013. Dota 2, released in 2013. Hearthstone, released in 2014. League of Legends came out in 2009. Minecraft was 2011, World of Warcraft was 2005, and fucking Counter-Strike came out when I was in high school, for fuck's sake. It came out in 1999. It's old enough to drink. Granted, Counter-Strike is not even close to the same game it was, and I doubt WoW is either. Hell, the last time I played WoW, this shit was going on.
Oh, it's a lot better than we usually do.
Alright, chums,
ready, guys?
let's do this. Leroy Jenkins!
Oh my god, he just ran in.
Save him! Oh geez, stick to the plane!
Oh Jesus, let's go.
So what do all these games have in common that keeps them at the top? I would have to say the most important reason is the rise of awesome gaming communities. In my decades of consuming media, I've noticed one underlying factor to all forms of media, whether it be sports, movies, TV, anything. The most popular content and the most engaging stuff always involves something the viewer is incapable of doing. Sports are popular because watching somebody perform their craft better than anyone else is an amazing thing to see. It's like watching a 5'7" guy dunk a basketball, or for the rest of the world, 170 centimeters. Movies are popular because they involve things like bank heists or running away with your new crush, or any of the other countless weird scenarios we all dream about but never actually follow through on. And video game streams just seem to be the newest version of that to me. Some of these pro gamers are so precise that it's like watching one of those oddly satisfying videos on YouTube. It's so cool to see. I think watching streams can be especially engaging for people that have never played online or maybe slightly play video games, because maybe they have wanted to play a game before, but they don't know what console to buy it on, or they don't know what other games to get, or they don't even really know how to start playing. But today you can just hop on Twitch, click one of the games you want to go buy, and watch any number of streamers play the game, see how it's supposed to be played, and even ask them questions about the game, and usually they'll answer on the fly real quick. Most streamers are super cool. In my time watching streamers, I've seen them help out everybody that's ever asked. This is a giant boom to the entire industry, as more and more viewers learn that the streamer won't make fun of them for asking a stupid question. It transforms that new player into someone that will help out others when they learn the game. This niceness and sharing really does trickle down, and I've seen it hundreds of times in my 20,000 hours plus gaming. But as these gaming companies become more and more intertwined with big business and big investors, I promise we are going to see more and more releases like Cyberpunk and Anthem that just come out broken. Game development has been taken out of the developers' hands and given to the investors. It's their decision if a game is ready or not the devs. It's been given the attitude of, get as much done as you can by this date. We don't care if it's done. We'll make enough money either way. And the worst part is, it's true. They will make enough money either way. Cyberpunk still made $301 million off of their release, even after refunding all who wanted it. So why would they change? But there is hope. And it comes from the most unlikely place I ever thought I would find it, GTA 5's roleplay community. This might be the most fucking genius thing I've ever seen in my life. I can't imagine a better middle finger to the man than that. It's just as good as walking up to Rockstar and saying, fuck you, you fucked up GTA Online by releasing trash into it and letting people fucking cheat. And now we're taking your game, fixing what you broke, and not letting you play it.
That's my mom! Not anymore, buddy.
And the proof is in the pudding, man. Just go to Twitch and check the GTA 5 player base and attempt to find one player that is playing the vanilla GTA Online. It'll probably take you a while. Checking the thumbnails for the mini-map in the bottom left corner that goes with the vanilla GTA Online. Then I find one after about 10 minutes of searching, and it's not in my native tongue. This is because the roleplay community has stolen the game from Rockstar. They've completely taken it over, and their community's fun to watch. They more or less created an entirely new game just using the vanilla GTA 5 as a starting spot. And it's great, it's engaging content, and I see why people watch it. Because even when it's super boring and the streamers aren't doing shit but standing by the wheel or something like that, it's better than most TV. And it's unpredictable, a little bit uncensored. It's not the same old missions over and over and over again. And it forces the player base to be the creative ones and create the story themselves. And this is what people want to watch. And like I said before, people love to watch something they can't do themselves. And since these servers aren't something anyone can just log on to right away, they take a little bit of clearance, for lack of a better word, or like background checks, or a payment to get into. I haven't looked into it too much. But this creates a sense of it's not a right, it's a privilege to play this game, and I think players respect that, or at least they seem to on stream. I hear complaints in game reviews all the time about games being too linear, or they hold your hand too much. I think this is a perfect example of the extreme opposite of that, because it would even be less work for these big AAA studios. They wouldn't have to develop storylines for NPCs that people hate or don't care about. They could just work on gameplay and functionality. That might lessen the chance of some of these games coming out broken. Which leads me into the next reason I think people continue to play these older games. The quality of new games on release, and the availability and price of the required PC hardware or console. Unless you've been living under the biggest rock in history, you've likely been affected by the silicon shortage that has been going on since the start of the pandemic. Not completely because of the pandemic, but more because of cryptocurrency mining and the auto industry using a lot of the chips. This has heavily affected PC parts and gaming consoles. I mean, if you just check Walmart.com or BestBuy.com, pretty much none of the big retailers have any of the consoles. The only way you're going to see them is through a third-party seller on Amazon, eBay, Newegg, or Walmart.com. It's super shitty though. Consoles have never cost this much, let alone carry the amount of risk they carry to buy. So at least for the foreseeable future, it's going to be quite expensive, and at least a little bit risky, to upgrade any gaming device. So sticking to older games might be the only option for some people right now. And honestly, if you're a console user, I say just wait it out for a while. Everyone that I've heard of that has a PS5 is just playing PS4 games on it anyway. So I say wait till a few good titles drop for these next gen systems and then see what the market looks like. By then, there might even be a game worth your time to learn, which in my opinion is the number one reason most people don't play new games. They're a pain in the ass to learn, and it's never fun doing something you're not very good at. And some of these new games could take years to get really good at. Every time I see a new game that I want to play, I always ask myself, now how good do I want to be at this game? What am I going to get out of getting really good at this game? And that reason can vary for everybody depending on a lot of different things. Like if you have friends that play an online game and you just want to kick their ass. Or if you maybe want to earn money playing a game. Or if you play games just for their story. Each one of these will have a different level of mastery you have to attain before you're going to enjoy playing the game. Now, if you're anything like me, there's been a time in your life where you've seen a game and you're like, oh, I'll definitely play that. So you buy it, and then a year goes by, or 3, and you've never played it. Leave me a comment if you have more than 5 games in your Steam list that you only have a few hours into or less, because I feel your pain. It's hard to tell whether you're gonna fall in love with a game right away, and some games are just tough to learn. Sometimes the tutorial can be a big pain in the ass. You can see me here struggling to figure out the tutorial because it doesn't say anything about meditating to make your points final. So I struggle to figure out that I have to meditate instead of go to the start menu. It could have a funky control scheme or mechanics that are super hard to get used to. Sometimes you just get sick of dying over and over and over again, and you just want to play something you're good at. You can see me struggling here as I try to learn Ghost Runner. But there are other games that basically take studying to play. Games like EVE Online or Path of Exile are not games you're going to be good at right away. Just getting a grip on how Path of Exile's skill tree works is a job on its own. In a game like EVE, for example, you may have to fly around socializing with everybody you see just long enough to meet people. This could take up to months to meet the right people or learn enough skills to be useful to a corporation. I don't know exactly how it is today, but back in the day, when it was first released, if you tried to play that game single player, it was pretty much a death sentence. So unless you're the kind of person that likes to actively play with others in the corporation style of play, then you probably ought to choose another game. But that difficulty level and that style of play makes it so not just anybody can play it. You almost kind of gotta earn it. To me, these kinds of games seem like the ones that people play for longer than they would if just anybody could play it like that. And again, I think it is the comfort thing. Like, it's just nice to be good at stuff, especially something that's really hard. So I guess when you see all these new games coming out and you're sad you don't get to play that, or it only came out on PS4 and you only have an Xbox, just remember, most people play older games. Thank you everybody for watching my video. It honestly means a lot to me. This is my very first video, so be gentle. And also check back for more content. I'm going to be releasing more videos along the same lines of random theoretical game content, answering rhetorical questions that may not have an answer. But if you found this interesting at all, please like and comment and subscribe, and stay safe out there, and I love you all. Peace.